When my wife Sophia and I bought our home, we knew we were moving into a community with an HOA. We figured it would be manageable. Rules about lawn care, trash bins, and parking weren't a big deal to us. We're both busy professionals, and we like to keep our property looking nice anyway. What we didn't know was that the president of the HOA, a woman named Karen, would make it her personal mission to police our every move. At first, it was small things. She left sticky notes on our mailbox saying it looked one shade too dark. She claimed our recycling bin was out 5 minutes too early. She even made comments about our hedges needing more community-approved symmetry. I brushed it off, thinking maybe she was just one of those neighbors who thrives on control. But things escalated when she started fixating on our garage. We always kept it locked, which apparently bothered her. One evening, as I was carrying groceries inside, she stormed up with her clipboard clutched like a weapon. "Your garage has been reported as non-compliant," she declared.
I pauset, confuset.
Non-compliant with what? "You keep it locked," she said, narrowing her eyes. "The HOA has the right to inspect garages for storage violations. I'll need a copy of your key."
I almost laukhet.
That's not happening. The HOA doesn't get keys to residents' homes. The garage is private property.
Her lips tightened into a thin line. Tat suspicious.
If you're hiding unapproved equipment or running a business out of there, you'll be fined heavily.
Sophia, Eva se calm von Visperet, don't let her rile you up.
But I was already annoyed. I had nothing to hide, and Karen's arrogance was too much. "You really want to see the garage?"
I asked.
Karen folded her arms.
Yes.
"Either I see it now, or I escalate this to the board." "Fine," I said, hitting the remote. The garage door began to rise with a smooth hum. Karen stepped forward, smug at first, until the inside came into view.
Under custom lichting Satzri gleaming machines. A Lamborghini Huracan, a Ferrari 488, and a Rolls-Royce Ghost.
Each one polished to perfection, reflecting the light like jewels. Her jaw literally dropped. She froze mid-step, eyes wide, clipboard dangling uselessly in her hand. These are yours?" she stammered. "Yes," I said casually. "I keep them locked up for obvious reasons. The garage is climate-controlled and secured. I don't run a business here, I just collect cars." Karen's face turned crimson. She tried to recover, pointing her pen at the vehicles. But HOA rules state you can't operate a dealership from your home. This looks like a dealership."
I chuckled.
"I'm not selling anything. I'm an attorney. My wife's a judge.
We can afford hobbies.
And before you ask, yes, everything is insured, and yes, the HOA rules clearly state garages are private property." Sophia handed Karen a copy of the very bylaw she kept referencing. Karen's eyes flicked over it, and I could see the realization hit her like a brick wall. She had absolutely no authority to demand a key.
Her voice cracked. Well.
I was just doing my duty as president. Making sure no one breaks the rules. By accusing us of hiding things? Sophia replied calmly. "Respect goes both ways, Karen. You don't get to treat neighbors like suspects." Karen muttered something about miscommunication, before scurrying off down the driveway, her clipboard bouncing awkwardly as she retreated. Within a week, the entire neighborhood knew the story. Word spread fast, about Karen demanding our garage key and about what she found when the door opened. Suddenly, neighbors who had kept their distance were waving, stopping by to chat, even asking questions about the cars. For the first time since we moved in, people were genuinely friendly. Karen, on the other hand, couldn't even look us in the eye. Whenever I took the Ferrari out for a drive or detailed the Lambo in the driveway, I'd catch her peeking from behind her curtains. Her face was a mix of envy, regret, and something else. Maybe the realization that her little power trip had backfired in spectacular fashion. The HOA never brought up garage inspections again. In the end, the lesson was simple. Karen thought she could intimidate us into submission, that her title as HOA president gave her power over our private lives. But entitlement has a way of collapsing when it slams headfirst into reality. And sometimes reality comes with a V12 engine and the roar of 700 horsepower.